Hi, how was everyone's summer? Mine was kind of weird. It was cold and gloomy on most days, and it rained so much. Definitely didn't feel like summer, and I feel like everyone in Berlin was kind of struggling with it too, because what the hell was that? Is this really what we get after the long, joy sucking winter? On the rare occasions when we caught a glimpse of the sun for a few hours, Zay and I would go for walks and treat ourselves to some ice cream. Overall, though, the weather wasn't very inviting to go outside, and I spent most of my time inside editing, cooking, reading, baking bread, and trying to schedule doctor's appointments, which is a very fun activity, as one can imagine. I've mentioned before that I've been dealing with some health issues this year and how frustrating this whole process of trying to book medical appointments has been. Yeah, I haven't had much luck.
I just got this email saying that my appointment has been cancelled, but as you can see, the next available appointment is only in August. So that sucks, because I've been waiting for this appointment for a few weeks now, and it was gonna happen next week, but I guess now I have to wait another month, and who knows, maybe they'll also cancel the next one. I mean, of course, sometimes unexpected things happen, but it's not really uncommon to have your appointments cancelled last minute. Here in Berlin, you hear about it all the time. It hasn't happened to me a lot, thankfully, but I've heard many stories, and then they reschedule it and they just keep canceling it over and over again. So I really hope that this is not the case. And suddenly it looks like it's nighttime here, even though it's like 1:30. Good old Berlin summer. Anyway, I'm gonna reschedule it now. It's probably gonna rain again. It's been raining so much lately that the tree over there now has mushrooms. Kinda cute.
So, I haven't been feeling myself lately. Well, for a while actually. Over the past few years, there's been a fair share of complicated situations both in my professional and personal life. Some moments completely broke me and made me question the point of everything, honestly. Of course, there's also been great, beautiful moments in between, little things that help me heal tremendously, and I hold on to those moments so tightly. But in between my doubts and fears, the anger and frustration, the happier moments, the bittersweet ones, and honestly lots of bread baking, I do feel like I've made a lot of progress in this strange healing process. And earlier this spring, I finally felt like I was coming back to myself. But then these random health issues started, as well as some other bumps in my personal life, and I really broke down. This whole year has been quite challenging. For a while, it felt like all the healing work I'd done since my burnout was thrown into the garbage. I felt completely drained. My anxiety became extremely difficult to manage, which started to affect everything really. I wasn't able to sleep well, and every day I would have these tension pains all over my body. I've been in this constant state of stress for so long, which, surprise, surprise, only led to more health problems. So yeah, and that's why I haven't been very consistent on YouTube this year, or with anything for that matter. I've been kind of avoiding being in front of the camera. I think I've been scared of showing up as I am because, to be honest, I haven't been feeling great, and I really don't want my videos to be a bummer. I'm trying to change that though.
Ainda estou a filmar, devo ter apanhado tudo.
It's 7:30 in the morning and I'm already in a great mood because I just checked the weather for this week and it seems that the rain and the gloominess is gone, at least for this week. Finally some summer weather. That gloominess was driving me mad, not gonna lie. Oh my god. This is great. This is great. I hope it lasts until my birthday, but who knows. I got food poisoning from eating at that restaurant, so definitely do not recommend anyone to eat there. The food wasn't great. Oh, hi. Okay. Leave the microphone alone. The food wasn't great, obviously. I asked for steamed dumplings. They gave me fried ones. The oil smelled kind of weird. And while I was eating it, I was thinking to myself, I hope I don't get food poisoning from this. I know I should have asked them to make it again, but honestly, I was so hungry that I didn't want to wait for a new order because they took a long time. So yeah, not fun at all. I really should have followed my instincts. I should have followed my gut. Since then, I've been eating miso soup 3 times a day, every day, and I do feel like it has helped a lot. So yeah, hopefully I can heal myself just by doing this. I have an appointment with a GP tomorrow to see if everything's all right because, I mean, it's been a week and I don't feel that bad, but yesterday I had a very weird reaction to food that I've never had before. Basically, I ate some rice, like my usual rice bowl, but the rice was slightly undercooked and my stomach didn't like that, so it started to burn. I got bloated and had a very intense colic. So yeah, I'm gonna go see a doctor just to make sure everything is okay and that I didn't fucked up my gut. So yeah, just another layer to add to my anxiety. My anxiety has been very difficult to handle for the past few months. I feel like I've been trying my best to not let it get the best of me, and I've been doing all the exercises that you're supposed to do, but sometimes it's hard and it's exhausting. So needless to say, I haven't been feeling great. All this anxiety isn't great for my stomach. I don't know, maybe one thing is kind of feeding the other at this point. Yeah, I also haven't been posting regularly here on YouTube. Lately, every time I turn on the camera, I just become so self-critical. And it's I've always been self-critical and I've always struggled with perfectionism and all that. And the anxiety definitely amplifies all of this. But I feel like this has gotten to a whole new level. It took me
a month and a half to edit a video. Not even a 20-minute video. Most days I just hated everything and I wanted to delete the whole thing. So I have to remind myself daily, especially when I'm doing my videos, that I'm doing this because I like it, not because it needs to be perfect. And that needs to be my mantra always. And then I say this to myself, and then I feel fine for a few days, but then the cycle repeats again, and I go through that spiral all over again. It's really getting in the way of me being able to enjoy living my life. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat some miso soup right now. So I wanted to show you my miso soup broth. I basically do a pot like this every day or every 2 days. Depends on how much I eat. For the base, I always use kombu seaweed and a couple of shiitake mushrooms. And then I like to add onion and radish to mine. And of course, the wakame seaweed is kind of mandatory in miso soup. Currently, this is the miso I'm using. Miso paste is a great source of probiotics, and you should not boil it, otherwise you're gonna kill all those good probiotics. This is red miso, by the way. I like a strong miso flavor in my soup. I know some people prefer to use white miso, which is more mild and kind of sweeter in taste as well. I personally prefer the red one. I'm not gonna add sesame seeds this time, but you could. Itadakimasu. It feels like a warm hug.
Continental. Malta.
Que é isso?
Não, é tudo para.
Uma prenda!
So August passed, eventually September arrived, and my stomach issues persisted. There were times when I thought things were getting better, but then I would eat something that made it all worse again. This was all very new to me. I never dealt with stomach issues before. I had to remove so many things that I love from my diet, and suddenly I found myself scared of food. I've always been very conscious about what I eat, always making sure that I have balanced and healthy meals. So I really was confused about why this was happening. And I love food. Cooking and enjoying food are literally two of my biggest pleasures in life. And now this thing that I love became yet another source of stress in my life. And of course, because the mind and the gut are connected, I became extremely depressed. And the doctors weren't helping. I saw 4 different GPs hoping to find out what was going on and why this was happening, but no one would give me actual answers or any practical advice, which made me feel lost and desperate. So I had to find the answers myself. And honestly, it didn't take me long to come to the conclusion that the source of my stomach issues was, in fact, stress, which comes with no surprise, honestly.
Into it. Or the total of 9 repetitions. Six more to go. Inhale, expand. Exhale, drop.
Esse cara tem batata ali. Olha, olha. Sim, mas a ideia é ficar aqui.
O que é essa coisa? Não, vai dentro. Nossa. Ai.
There's been a family situation. Everyone's fine health-wise, but I do need to go to Portugal, so I booked a last-minute flight and I'm leaving tomorrow. So I guess I'm gonna start packing. Yeah. I don't even know what to pack. This is the only breakfast I've been having for the past month as I'm trying to heal my stomach. Just oats and some fruit, almond milk and hemp seeds and a little bit of maple syrup. And I always leave it liquid because as soon as this starts to cool down, it becomes thicker, kind of like the ideal consistency of oatmeal for me. I really don't like when oatmeal is like super thick and chunky. I'm still dealing with stomach issues, so I've been on a very strict diet. It's fine, but I do miss onions and garlic and soy sauce and gochujang, but I do feel like my stomach is so much better now, so maybe this week I'll be able to introduce some new foods. It'll be nice to have some bread. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit more because I cannot eat super hot foods. So, yeah. The weather's been so lovely here. It's been sunny and warm every day, like literally the opposite of what I was experiencing in Berlin just last week. It feels nice, and I do feel like it's the only thing that's keeping me together right now because I just feel so tired. So much going on at the moment, so many things to take care of and handle all of a sudden. Currently, I'm at my father's house in the countryside, and I haven't really explained yet why I had to come so quickly from Germany to Portugal. So I'm gonna try to be brief because it's kind of a long story and a very dramatic one. I feel like I'm in a soap opera sometimes. Honestly, I'm still kind of processing a lot of anger around this, and I want to try to protect other people's privacy. Long story short, I had to come here to basically take care of my father. 2 years ago, my father was diagnosed with cancer on his vocal cords. The treatments were quite intense and aggressive on his body. He can speak, thankfully, but all of these muscles that we have here in the esophagus area are closed, so no food comes down at all. So he has to be fed through a tube that is connected directly to his stomach, and that's how we have to feed him and give him medication, basically. Not only that, he also has like a bunch of different physical disabilities. This part doesn't really have anything to do with the cancer. This was due to a car accident that he had 25 years ago. But of course, with age, like things got a bit worse. And now also because of the cancer treatments, He has some issues with his balance. Chemotherapies, as I've learned, can sometimes affect your vestibular system, I guess. And so he now also has like a balance issues. Anyway, all this to say that he cannot live by himself. You know, he always needs to have someone to assist him in his daily life. Of course, he also doesn't drive, so he also needs someone to take him to his many doctor's appointments. And up until now, my father was living here with his long-term partner who was taking care of him. But now she has decided to leave, which is, I guess, why I'm here now. I've been taking care of my father. I'm not really sure how long I'm gonna stay. My younger brother is also here with me. He can help me out a little bit, especially because I don't really have a driver's license and I don't have a car, and there's like a lot of appointments that my father has to go to. And the golden hour is almost gone. So yeah, that's what I've been doing ever since I arrived. I've been taking care of my father and handling and managing all different kinds of bureaucracy. This week was already so intense. There was so much shit to handle, and I have a feeling that next week is going to be even more intense. Anyway, I'm losing all the lights, so I'm gonna stop now. Hello. Are you enjoying yourself? This morning I had my first appointment with an integrative medicine doctor, and honestly it was quite intense because it was a 2-hour consultation, which is kind of unheard of. Usually when you go to a regular GP appointment or any doctor's appointment, actually, is usually like 20 minutes tops and everything feels very rushed. But this one was 2 full hours, and I was able to talk about everything that I've been experiencing, all the symptoms that I've been having this past year. I honestly started crying halfway because I just couldn't believe that we had so much time to discuss everything that's been happening with me, with my body. And I felt seen and heard. She took me seriously. She was quite empathetic as well. Every question that I had, I was free to ask and not feel bad about it. She explained every little thing. I literally never had an experience like this at a doctor's appointment. So yeah, I feel so relieved that someone finally heard me, you know, and gave me like an actual action plan that I can follow in order to heal myself and heal my body and my mind. It was also the first time that I finished a doctor's appointment and I didn't feel like crying from sadness and anger. I did cry, but it was from actual relief that now I finally have an actual plan to follow, and that I was able to find a doctor that finally heard me and took me seriously. I feel so relieved, honestly.
And suddenly another month went by. September ended up being quite a stressful month. Was not really expecting that, but thankfully we were able to find solutions and I was able to handle the most urgent things. This meant that I could go back to Berlin sooner than I expected. The timing was actually quite lovely because when I arrived in Berlin, it was peak autumn. And I also wanted to have time to say goodbye to this city. Zé and I, we are currently in the process of moving back to Portugal, so we have a lot of things to plan and organize and pack. Moving is not easy, and especially moving abroad is like, I don't know, it's just kind of like a whole new level of stressful. But it's really nice to have something to look forward to in the middle of this chaos, and I'm really looking forward to this move. Anyway, thank you all for being here and for sticking with me.